it's Kevin again, and in this room we're reviewing Sleepy Hollow Season 1, Episode 9, Sanctuary. And this episode, in my opinion, was really, really good. I really like the reveals that we got. I like the direction that the show is going in. Definitely that twist. I definitely really enjoyed it. And I also like the subplot in this episode as well, which I'll get to. But let's just start off with the episode. So basically, it begins with this random girl. She's driving up to one of the oldest homes in the area. And it's one that's apparently part of her family. So she and her bodyguard, this is like a really rich girl. You can kind of like a celebrity almost. She looks like she could be a celebrity, definitely. She definitely looks that way. She looks that rich. She does. She just looks rich. If I had to say a definition of the girl, I'd say rich. She just looks very rich. That's what it is. She just looks rich. And so she and her bodyguard, they go into the house to see what's up, basically. The rich chick gets abducted by vines in the closet. And Ichabod doesn't really approve of how quick drive-thrus are. That really wasn't important. But he's also making fun of modern Thanksgiving. And all the holidays make Ichabod lonely for Katrina and family. And the woman who got abducted, Lena, is a billionaire. And Ichabod simply cannot fathom that one person has that much money. So Katrina's name is signed on a piece of paper on Lena's desk, which is interesting, and Lena's family owned half the East Coast at the time, and Ichabod was familiar with her ancestors, and he knows where her house is. Basically, what we realize is that Katrina and Ichabod used to live in this house during the war, and the estate was a safe haven for slaves, and anyone working there did so by choice. It was a sanctuary. That's why the episode was called Sanctuary, and they discover this bodyguard dead on a chair. It looks like an animal attack. When Abby tries to leave, the door slams in her face, and the house is keeping her in. So then Abby sees this ghost of a woman walking by, and Ichabod finds this letter he wrote to Katrina on the day he faced the horseman. And there's this very creepy laugh and everything. It was a really cool scene. And then the flashback, the house was charming, warm, and intelligent. Ichabod has this theory that the house was also a sanctuary from supernatural evils. They find Lena in a closet, and Ichabod tries to cut her free, but the branch bleeds. A walking tree creature then gets up from the front yard and goes toward the house, and so the house is now alive. So Abby and Ichabod managed to get Lena out, and Katrina was the last person to use the house as a sanctuary. According to records Lena found, she came back to try to find out what happened to her great-great-granddad. If Lena's ancestor was a witch using the house to protect people from the supernatural, then maybe he was part of Katrina's coven. Maybe he was part of Katrina's coven. So the giant tree thing is following them, and they go into a hidden door inside the walls, and Ichabod tries to get Abby to give him her hand to help out of the wall, and there's a tree monster again. So then a bunch of birds attack Ichabod and Lena, and suddenly Lena's gone. And Abby then sees a ghost of the woman who took care of the house back when Katrina visited. So, then we see that, the ghost shows a flashback of a woman giving birth. It turns out that it's Katrina. Katrina was the woman giving birth. She gives birth to the baby boy after Ichabod had died. So now Katrina is back because that's why he was seeing her, because she has a boy, because it's Crane's son. So that's the big deal here. Abby meets up with Ichabod, and she tells him about the vision, and in a flashback they show Katrina coming to the house. Abby figures the protective hex around it was why Katrina came to the house, basically. That was why. So after Katrina gave birth, a bunch of ravens started attacking the wall. The tree creature arrived as soon as the baby was born, and in the midst of the recounting, they hear a scream coming from the basement. Of course, it's in the basement, and in that moment, they see Lena being swiped up by the tree creature. So Ichabod and Abby realize if they shoot the roots tree thing, it feels it. And Abby sees a vision of a woman and Katrina behind a wall, and she follows. And just when they get to the car, Ichabod gets an axe and goes back into the house. Why? Well, because the monster came after his son. So Ichabod starts cutting away at the roots, and monsters scream about how he can't just come after his wife and child. And Ichabod then gets into the car, all bloodied and gore-ridden, but it looks like Katrina and Ichabod's son got out of there in time. So Abby brings out a bunch of things in for Ichabod for Thanksgiving, and Lena sends Abby all her files to research, and the family tree points out that Abby's ancestor brought Katrina's child into the world. So, is this to assume that Ichabod's not actually the father? Is that what we're here to assume? That it was actually Abby's ancestor, which is definitely going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen here. I definitely thought this was a really great thing. Now that we have Ichabod's son, it's going to be very interesting to see what exactly is going to happen here. Because now he has to take on the responsibility of being a father. And, you know, Crane, I've never really seen him as a father, but it's something I'm very interested to see what's going to happen here. And this is definitely a good way for them to get Katrina. Because now that they know where his son is, they can find a way to get Katrina. I mean, this really didn't focus on the Headless Horseman, but I think it is going to the next episode. The next episode is actually in 2 weeks. But that wasn't the only thing going on. We actually had a really good subplot, which I definitely really enjoyed. And I really enjoyed the subplot, and I really want to talk about. So, Jenny's visiting Captain Irving, and Jenny wants to have people over to thank Abby for taking her in. She's inviting the captain for Thanksgiving dinner, basically, because it was Thanksgiving in this episode. So Captain Irving's daughter and his ex-wife come, and this is not really good, because basically Macy, his daughter, is adorable. She talks with Jenny and asks about how it's, and she basically talks to Jenny about how it sucks growing up with her dad. She likes him more with her mom, and Jenny tells her to give her dad a chance, and that was definitely really great. Captain Irving's wife is actually not liking how much work he's doing. She's basically saying it was supposed to be easier for him and his daughter so he can spend more time with her, and things are not really going as planned. Basically what she said is that, okay, you either need to stop what you're doing now, or I am getting full custody and I am taking her with me. You cannot stop me from doing this, and I'm taking her with me. The scene basically implies an accident happened to Macy, and she wasn't born paraplegic. And Irving's wife claims she will file for full custody of Macy if he doesn't become a better father. The one thing that Macy did ask is Jenny Irving's girlfriend? Now, I don't really know about this, but we definitely saw a lot of chemistry between them in this episode. And you know what? I actually like Jenny and Captain Irving together. I don't like his wife. I don't like his wife at all. I think she's very needy, and he really cannot control his work and everything. He's just been very busy. She needs to accept that sometimes he's going to be busy. He's not going to be there 24 hours a day. She just needs to accept that. And if she can't accept that, then I don't know. I don't like her for some reason. I don't know what it is about her, but I do not like her. I don't like her at all. And I do really like Jenny, though. I want her and Captain Irving together. I definitely want to see them have a future together. But I really like that we got a nice subplot. We don't really get subplots on this show, and I think it was a nice change to see that we actually did get a subplot. So that was basically the episode. Let me know what you guys thought of it. There's a lot of stuff to talk about. Who is the real father of Katrina's child? Because if it's not Ichabod, then who is it? It's definitely one of Abby's ancestors, so that should be interesting to see. Are we going to see the son again? I think definitely we are. And is Ichabod going to be able to fill up the full responsibility of being a father and everything? I think that should be interesting to see. And also, do you want Captain Irving and Jenny together? I definitely would actually like to see them together. I'd like to see them start an actual relationship. I'd like that. And also, what do you think about the whole thing with Macy filing, his wife filing for custody? Do you think she's going to be able to? Do you think he's actually going to be able to manage his daughter? What do you think is going to happen there? And that's basically it for this review. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next video, which will be for my review of the originals, which I'm about to watch. So I will see you guys for that. Bye.